And we're live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the new episode of Season 2.
Ahoy hoy.
Season 2. Can you believe Season 2?
I simply can't believe it.
Unbelievable.
I know, right?
Wow.
I know.
I just looked at the thumbnail. That's funny. I look like a hyena.
You do
In a
like
good
a
way.
hyena.
Like,
Listen,
listen.
I
Listen.
had a lot of
Yes,
time to work on this, and I didn't use it.
Yeah, you were
You-
moving.
And you call yourself a professional artist.
Yeah, well.
Actually, I like it. I like it. It's a thing.
I specifically told her, do the wolf meme where they're two laughing and the one's like, whatever.
I've never seen that meme.
You never
Am I-
seen
You
that's
did
like
not.
old.
You did not tell me that.
Do the meme.
Huh?
I don't think you mentioned the meme.
Did I not mention the meme?
No.
Meme?
No.
Oh,
Well, educate me.
Oh,
what a predicament that I'm in.
You told me to make us laugh at you,
Yeah.
And we are.
so that's close enough.
Now,
Yeah.
if this is an accurate, like my Shiba would be like just under your boobs, like looking up, going, "Oh, Shibas are little dogs."
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Also, speaking of little animals, we saw a video about the species your fursona is made from, and boy, they are mean catties.
Why don't you explain what that species is, since this is a audio
Yeah.
sort of podcast?
On it-
Describe.
What's the name of the kitty cats again? I forgot the name.
Caracal.
The Miracal? Yeah.
Caracal.
Caracal. Okay.
Starting with a C.
We were
In
watching.
case.
Huh?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. We were watching videos. I think it was Retnick was streaming, and he pulled up videos, and one of them was like a bunch of, I guess somebody had like a bunch of pets of the Curacals, and they were just like really cute when they were like small, like little kittens, but when they're like grown adults, they're very vicious and mean.
And this Caracal in particular. Go ahead, try.
No, I just don't understand why people would keep them as pets. That's the thing. They're so vicious.
This one was fat. It was.
I was gonna say they was feeding this one McDonald's. It is thick as fuck.
It's fat as Garfield, but not Garfield.
Or maybe that's why it's cranky, because it's just like logy and tired all the time.
Yeah. I actually saw a video recently. I think it was last night or the day before, and somebody took like different clips from like little like TikTok videos of I guess snow leopards and the way they hiss, but they stick their tongue at you when they hiss, so it sounds like they're just spitting at you. So I'm bad at explaining this, but like when like a child sticks their tongue at you and do the like fart noise with their mouth, that's what it sounds like. So the cat just has like the really big eyes and it's making like a weird noise with its mouth while it hisses because its lips are closed but its tongue is sticking out. It's pretty adorable, but it's supposed to be like hissing at you to go away.
but it fails miserably.
Very.
Yeah.
You're failing
The
at keeping me away. But huh?
It's got to be like the least what's the word I'm looking for? The least frightening thing a cat could do.
I was gonna say least threatening, less threatening.
Threatening is a good word.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of kitty cats, Drijuce, how you doing? How you doing? Welcome back to another episode. You been doing good?
Sure.
Sure.
I'm doing okay.
That's good.
It's a
That's good.
new year. We're in 2025 now.
Yeah.
Right? It's actually March. That's crazy.
It
Time be
doesn't feel like
flying.
March.
Uh,
It does not feel like March to me. It feels like it's still January.
Lousy smarch weather.
Yeah.
You don't get that reference, do you?
I don't.
That's it. I get it.
There you go. Thank you, Hein Boss.
Explain to my young brain.
It's a Simpsons reference.
Simpsons.
Which Simpsons?
One of the very early seasons. I might actually be season 1 or 2,
Really?
if I remember, where they misprint the calendar to say instead of smart, it says smarch. Yeah, and Homer mutters, "Lousy smarch weather."
Yeah.
Yeah, it's better seen and worse described.
We're gonna have to watch some Simpsons together, Mister
That's right, we should.
Simpsons man.
You be quiet. Don't dox me.
How you doing, Mr. Bisque?
Just because I worked on everybody's favorite show doesn't mean I'm better than anybody else.
How you doing,
Shows plural.
Yeah.
I'm still here.
Mr.
I'm existing.
Animator?
I'm still breathing. Thank God. I'm eating delicious rotisserie garlic chicken as we speak because I've gone back on my low carb diet, which I despise.
Chicken.
But this chicken's okay. So, me being the miser that I am, whenever I go to Taco Bell, I'll just grab like fistfuls and fistfuls of the hot sauce and take it home with me. So I'm just kind of like squirting the Diablo sauce on this chicken because it's very bland.
Oh my god. Dude, don't get me started on Taco Bell.
Dude, I want a chili cheese burrito right now, but
Dude, I eat Taco Bell almost religiously, like every weekend with some of my friends.
Mm.
It's so hard not to eat Taco Bell every weekend.
Yep. It's my problem with Taco Bell is not so much what's in, say, the burritos or the tacos. It is the fact that when you get it out of the wrapper, like 3/4 of the burrito is the tortilla folded underneath.
Mm-hmm.
As you rip that part off, there's very little of it left.
Yeah, I typically go for the crunch wrap. You know, get a good
Yeah.
old. I think it's the number 7 or number 9. It's pretty
Crunch
good
wrap.
stuff.
Oh yeah.
Crunch
I
wrap
used to
with
call that.
a soft taco supreme.
I used to call it crunch rape because I'm a disgusting man, and everything I see turns to something filthy in my mind. Songs, terms, words, just happens.
Speaking of, Hind Paws, how you doing? How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. I am just back from like a 2-week vacation.
Nice. How's the vacation?
It was glorious. It was
Glorious.
some skiing in Japan and then to the
Oh.
tropics to work on my tan.
I'm very jealous. I wish I could go to Japan.
That's cultural appropriation. Okay.
What am I appropriating?
Skin tone.
No, my skin tone is absolutely natural. I'm peeling as we speak because the reef safe sunscreen that they sold this might be reef safe, but it sure isn't sun safe.
You know, that
Uh.
stuff might protect you from the sun, but God only knows what cancerous agents are inside the ingredients. I don't know.
Oh, there's a great Lewis Black. Lewis Black does a great rant on sunscreen.
Man.
How
You're making me
if
want to
this-
go outside and get some tan and done.
If
is
this
it not
world
warm down there?
yeah.
No, it's actually about this, thunderstorm outside here in a little bit.
See, if this were a lesser podcast, I would have encouraged us to talk about that.
Yeah, but we are not that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Lewis Black bit is also not appropriate.
Or I would say that we could stream it and waste more time. Filler.
Well, we're in the intro section, so I'm doing the intros.
Yeah, we haven't even gotten to the intro. We've been at this 10 minutes already?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Only
By the way,
only a minute so far.
all the detractors and or stalkers out there, F you. All right, let's get to the actual intro.
Yes. So my name is Samuel Paulo. This is my podcast. I'm here with my co-host Drijuce and Rectal Bisque,
Sorry for my name. It just happened.
Mr. Poop Soup himself.
Yes, or biscal rectal, whatever you want to call.
Yes, working on a new episode.
Here on the driest of juices.
Yeah, and
With the driest of juices. Boy, I screwed that up.
yeah, and Mr. Heimpaws, a guest.
Or did I?
Right.
Yes, you're a guest.
I'll take that.
Yeah,
I'll take
you
that.
haven't been on here in a while.
Yeah,
I haven't. It's been-
you should fill up with filler conversation and tell people more about you.
Yeah, we haven't had you on in a while. How you been? How
Yeah.
you doing?
I'm fantastic. I am a grandmother from Colorado.
Old fuck.
Yeah, I'm an old fuck.
Wait a minute, I am too. Oh fuck.
Wow, we have
That's where I was
two
going next.
boomers in here.
Get off my lawn.
You shut up.
No, I had a
No, boomers ruin
realization in
everything. I
5
don't-
years
I
I'm
don't
gonna be
ruin
30, and it hurts.
Oh no, poor
Oh my!
you.
Oh my Lord, 30. Oh, I was
Oh,
about to
I feel so
buy
bad for
out
the
of a
kid being
cemetery
in
now.
his absolute physical prime. Oh, you poor child.
To be 30
You,
again.
you say
enjoy it.
that.
You'd be 40 again.
Yeah, I enjoyed 40 actually. I thought 40 was a great crossover between appearance and physical ability and sexual drive and all that stuff.
Well, now that I'm over
After
50,
that.
now I'm over 50. Every time I look in the mirror, I think, is that a liver spot? Uh-oh.
Hmm.
Liver spot. I haven't experienced that yet.
Well,
But I
just
will say the great thing about being 50-ish is I got to grow up during the prime of TF media and so all through the pre-CGI era,
yes.
a lot of animation and a lot of practical effects. And for that, I consider myself lucky, and that's what
Back before
I-
this stuff was classified as a kink.
I
Yeah.
wish I grew up with practical effects than
you don't.
CGI. Because CGI sucks.
Well, I'm glad
CGI
that-
is, all right, I'm going to say this right now. Sorry to interrupt. CGI is a tool. All tools are good things unless they're
Yes.
like overused.
Much like AI,
They are
it has
overused.
overtaken everything in movies.
That's right.
CGI sucks, man. When it's only CGI,
CGI
there's no
is overused
practical
because it's
effects.
cheap. Yeah.
By the way, I would be remiss if, since we're talking about CGI, I didn't bring up the fact that Flow just won Best Animated Feature and was done entirely in Blender for a budget of, I think, less than $5 million, if I'm not mistaken.
Never
Oh,
seen
wow.
it. What's it about?
A cat?
Oh, it's a cat movie? Drijuce, have you
Yeah.
seen that?
No, but now I'm interested.
Yeah, it's
Mm.
Let's
it's a sort
go.
of a future dystopia. I actually was so disinterested in movies lately
Yeah.
that I only was made aware of it in the months leading up to the Oscars in the last few months. I really didn't know anything about it because I haven't been to the movies. I think theaters are dying, which sucks. Yeah, so.
I can't even
chicken.
remember the last movie I saw in theaters.
Neither can I, actually.
I know I saw one last year. I just can't remember which one it was. I know me and some of my normie friends were seeing Five Nights at Freddy's 2 in the theater at the end of the year. And we have we have a plan on buying some funny sweatshirts or some t-shirts for the movie, and we're gonna go all out. Because we saw the
Boy,
first
by
one.
the way, I just love the comment, the one comment in the section here from Evan, which I don't know if that's our Evan. Could be, but it just says, what's with the guy in the red shirt turning into
Evan, it's
Scooby Doo?"
me.
Evan, it's Sam.
It's literally me. Kind of like Gosling. I'm literally Gosling right now.
you prepubescent fool.
Mr. Evan, it is a me.
By the
Oh.
way, if my voice sounds a little odd, it's because I'm on my backup headset and it's a little weird.
We
and
need
I
to
don't know
get
what's
Evan
gonna
in
happen.
here. I know
Yes,
that's
get Evan
probably
in here.
not Evan we know. It's probably just another guy named Evan. But we should get
It could be another Evan.
we should get Evan in here.
Yes, and then we can talk about the merits and or the morality of TF themed.
Yeah, I don't think
adult art.
I don't think he even knows anything about that. I think
Oh,
he's
he
just.
says he doesn't, but I bet he does.
Well, Maybe. But I know I do
Oh
because
shoot!
I've been getting like commissions of this stuff since dear old 2016.
How young were you back then?
16.
I don't want to think about the raging hormonal urges swarming into your brain that made it say, "We need porn."
I do.
That we have to go.
Family-friendly adult,
We have to go
non-adult
further
artwork.
back to the year 2012 for all
Okay.
that nonsense.
Well,
But
What
let me
happened
put
in
it,
2012?
let me put it this way.
I found
and
I found the furry fandom
I hope it doesn't sound weird, but when I was very young, little
back in
kid
your
watching
day.
cartoons, and by the way, I've said this before, but back when all the stuff in cartoons that was like weird kinky stuff before it was classified as such in every episode of a syndicated cartoon.
Mhm.
But even back then, I was like, "This has awakened something. What is it? I don't know."
Yeah. Well,
I am fascinated.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I couldn't. My little kid brain couldn't quite understand it.
yeah.
But then
Well,
I grew up and I went, "Oh."
after seeing some of the cartoons you've showed me and a bunch of other friends, we're like, wow, how did parents back then not realize all the very adult themes?
It's like every category that you see on like DeviantArt for Affinity or any adult art oriented site. It's just like you go back and you watch those 80s, 70s, 80s cartoons. You're like, oh, bet the person who
Yeah.
animated that was a secret pervert.
Like
Oh
you.
yeah, I mean,
Me? Oh dear.
Yeah. I've seen
has anyone
cartoons
ever
you've
watched
worked on.
an
You were my
episode of
childhood.
Thundercats?
I mean, I put other shit in the background of my storyboards and animation, like swastikas. And no, I never did that. Actually, I only say that because people think it. Oh, he
that's
voted
not.
for Donald Trump. He must be a Nazi. Anyway, that's getting off topic.
But it just dies inside.
No, I
Ugh.
wanted to kill it. We had to kill it before I started going off on a tangent.
Kill it. Let
Because
the
I have a
pest
lot
die.
I could be saying about that, and the people whining about. Oh shit! I'm doing it again.
He's doing it again. He's boomering it.
Are
So,
you registered to vote?
Yes.
Okay,
I mean,
let's circle back to the '80s sexiness cartoons. Like, if
Oh, yeah.
you've ever watched a single episode of Thundercats,
Oh
all the
yeah.
dudes
I
are
have
ripped. Oh my gosh, yeah. What?
I haven't.
All right,
Legit-
listen. I have a theory about that, by the way. If you want to hear it.
Absolutely.
Just that in the animation industry, quite a number of artists that worked and are continue to work are of a certain proclivity sexually.
Almost.
Yeah, you had to say it.
I mean,
All right,
I think we've
dirty,
already talked
filthy.
about it.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
but look
no.
at so the female character Chitara had a massive rack.
She did. She did. It's like Don Bluth. If you remember Princess Daphne from Dragon's Lair, he had a ton of Playboy magazines that he used as reference when he designed her. And it's no coincidence. I mean, look at her, for God's sake.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, Mr. Boomerman, how was it back in the good old 60s and 70s when it came to cartoons?
I'm not born in the 60s. I'm not that old yet. Getting there, for Pete's sake. What do you mean, how was it? It was...
I'm trying to transition this into talking about Scooby Doo.
It was a glorious time. The Vietnam War was raging.
Vietnam War?
Strife.
You mean the only war everybody talks about?
We had gas shortages. It was the beginning of the 80s, and cocaine was everywhere.
Glorious.
Ugly hairstyles were all over the place.
Ugly?
Yeah.
Ugly.
Okay, well, no,
Yeah.
he's right. They were pretty ugly. But it was mostly hairspray.
Yeah.
Like I'm surprised that I didn't hear about a rash of because a lot of people smoked back then and they were just flicking their cigarettes everywhere. Like, just imagine some guy flicking his cigarette, landing in some lady's big bouffant 80s hair that was full of hairspray and just going woof. It happened to Michael Jackson.
So that's
It did.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that video, by the way, of his hair catching fire when they were filming the Pepsi commercial?
No.
Oh, it's fantastic. We need to We need to share it and watch it and discuss it.
Yeah, that's pretty
If we're
funny.
gonna watch Michael Jackson videos, we need to follow up with Thriller.
Dude, Thriller is a great TF sequence in it, doesn't it?
I
Oh,
can't tell
absolutely.
what
I
he's supposed to
remember.
be. Is he supposed to be a cat or a wolf?
He's
Yeah.
supposed to be a wolf, but it looks like a cat. I'm not gonna lie.
It looks like a
Mhm.
cat.
I believe
does.
was it not Rick Baker that did the special effects?
He
for
He
did.
that?
did, I think.
He did.
Yeah.
I knew
Well, I
that.
haven't
I knew
heard
that
anything
fact.
about Rick Baker for eons. I wonder how old he is. I'm gonna look it up while we
He still
discuss.
has a pretty banging Instagram channel. He still works in this realm, but
Okay, he's only 74 years old. Only, but
like,
I mean,
I
I
mean, he
wonder.
might be slowing down.
I'm gonna
If
look
you
up
want,
his filmography and see what he's worked on lately.
while you do that, I'll give you a boomerish memory. So in the early 80s, roller rinks were the thing. That's where you had birthday parties.
Oh, yeah.
And
Mhm.
yeah, so I remember, so they would have like, I can't remember, like maybe it was like Thursday nights or Friday nights or something like that, where they would um, have all the special, like there would be like speed skate and reverse skate. And then at some point to get everyone to calm down a little bit, they would stop skating and put um, a music video or a short TV show or something like that on a projector. So everyone would stop skating and gather in the center of the roller rink, and they would put a giant crank down a big projector screen and use one of those fancy RGB projectors. And I clearly remember them playing the Thriller video. And during the
Was it
TF scene, I was like looking around, going, "Anybody else interested in this? No, no."
anybody else got a raging erection?
Okay, well, I was like 9, so
Okay. Oh,
no,
it can happen.
I'm not.
My God.
It was
Demonetized.
that's before it moved from out of the fascination, or that's when it was still in the fascination realm for me.
It's like Goten turning into a Super Saiyan at 7 years old. For you DBZ fans out there.
Hmm?
I don't know.
An anime I have never seen.
I'm really reaching here.
You are. So, I'm thinking that we should transition this conversation over to why we're all here.
What do I
Scooby
have?
Doo.
And why are we? Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. That's it. That is why we
Oh,
The
are
yeah.
here.
cartoon you
I mean,
watched as a child, and now I'm watching as an
it
adult.
says so on the thumbnail.
Mm-hmm.
Which again, I will repeat that our lovely Drijuce here crapped out.
Yeah, she crunched.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I couldn't think of any other way to describe it besides crapping out. It's just not crap.
Yeah, it's cute.
It is very cute.
Peace.
Look at that.
Because if that were to happen, I'd be like, oh well, guess this is happening.
I enjoy the proportions. Anyway, Scooby.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I believe we wanted to talk about our first time watching this cartoon, or if we can recall. Is that not what you wanted to talk about?
That is one of the topics, yes. One of the
Oh, well,
notes.
I can start.
Yes.
I will not give any specific timeline because my memory is spotty at best. But I
Get a
believe
cotton duster.
if I remember, it came out first in 1969.
Yes.
Since I was born in 73. I remember the earliest was probably around 4 or 5 years old, which means it had already been canceled by then. But no, it wasn't canceled till 1986. Okay, that's really messing with my brain. But they did rerun the original early seasons, the ones with the classic intro, the one we're all familiar with. Before they sort of started remixing it and doing the pup named Scooby Doo and all the spin-offs, and now we're talking about the original one right here.
The big OG.
Yeah.
The snappy orchestral intro. Well, maybe not orchestral, but
That's right. Like we're talking about, you can see the dust on the painted cells when the characters move, and it's very like, kind of grainy and but I think that's what I liked about it. That and the backgrounds, who I should look up to see because and as an animator I should know exactly who did these backgrounds. But I remember, gosh, I'm just going to ramble on here if I don't stay focused on the topic. But I think there was a documentary about some guy who did all the initial backgrounds for Scooby Doo. I got to look that up. I don't know his name, but they were very moody, and that's what I liked about it. It's like even as a kid, I didn't like bright, colorful shit. I was just like, give me dark and kind of depressing and scary things, and that's probably what I liked about it. Because I remember. And this is the age of the Saturday morning cartoons, when Saturday morning cartoons were special. And you got up at 5 a.m. and you got your sugared cereal and you sat down in your PJs and you watched cartoons for about, 7 hours.
And your parents were thankful that you were just quiet in the other room.
Exactly. They loved it. They were like, I don't care if you're getting diabetes from this sugar cereal. You just sit there and you shut up.
Right.
Yeah.
Daddy has to go find a way to pay for gasoline, which Jimmy Carter has made more expensive.
Oh yeah, the 70s.
At least he wanted to sell it in liters.
Yeah. Well, believe it or not, I mean, even back then, even when we had those gas shortages, it was like 30 cents a gallon. But I'm not going to bring up stuff like that because it'll depress you young motherfuckers.
Ah! I wish I could pay 30 cents a gallon for gas. I'm over here
I
paying
have
like
to go
3.
back and remember like exactly what the cost. I'm probably way off because I wasn't actually out getting the gas. But
Well, if we can learn anything from Die Hard 1, it was only like what 80 cents a gallon.
Mm.
oh yeah, but well that was Die Hard. What year was that? Was that 80? It was 87, wasn't it?
It might have been 88.
Yeah. Oh, who cares? Anyway,
late 80s.
but yeah, back to Scooby. That was one of the few cartoons that I could watch without, again, even as a kid, cringing. I had particular tastes back then. I didn't really like. My brain is debating whether or not I should list off all of these crappy 80s cartoons, which I did watch, but that's because it's all we had back then. We had the Monchi-Tis and Punky Brewster and the Ewoks and Droids and Thundercats and what was it? G.I. Joe. God, there's so many.
Oh
Just
yeah,
too many. G.I. Joe is okay, but nobody ever died. That's what pissed me off about G.I. Joe.
the OG G.I. Joe has become such a meme.
Oh God. Well, eventually they changed G.I. Joe from American Hero to something else, and then that's when I lost interest. I was like, well, fuck that. If it's not jingoistic and pro-American, I'm not interested.
Yeah. So
But
what is
TFs in some of the? Never mind.
What?
Well, I think there were some TFs in some of the G.I. Joe episodes.
There were, which kind of shocked me. I was like, this doesn't make any sense. Cobra Commander turned into a snake in the movie, was it?
when did the
I
movie
think it was
come
a
out?
movie. I am not certain, but it was the Serpentor episode.
Ooh.
Yeah. And Cobra Commander turned into a literal cobra.
Interesting.
And that's all I got to say. What about you, little motherfuckers? What about your first memories of watching this show? Dry, go next. On the spot, pressure.
I bet money she's never seen it.
I haven't seen a whole lot of it.
Ah!
The reason being that I didn't speak English until I was like 12. And by the age of 12, I was kind of too old for it.
You only spoke croissant. Go on.
Yes. That's all I have to say. Really.
That's good enough.
I mean, in like the early 2000s, what show
Yes.
came out? I think it was What's New Scooby Doo
Yes.
came out, and that theme song, I don't know.
It's
I
a
still
banger.
remember it. It
is quite a good
banger.
song.
It is a
very
banger.
Memorable.
That's actually, fun fact, that band actually redid that song a couple years back live.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, I think I've mentioned this on a couple of earlier podcasts, but any cartoon that had a banging theme song was popular, whether it was good or not. And most of them were pretty terrible. But like even the original Scooby theme song, it's another one that just sticks in your head and it's very catchy and probably designed that way on purpose, of course. I always only watched the cartoons that had those theme songs for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
It drew you in.
It did.
Literally.
I feel like originally I found it on Boomerang, which is a channel that no longer exists.
Oh, gee, way to make me feel old because I was working in the industry when that became a thing.
Yeah. All the way back in the good old year of
Bristle.
2005. I think I remember finding it on Boomerang and Cartoon Network, but I remember
4
having
years after 9/11.
Yep. I remember having a bunch of VHS tapes and a lot of DVDs, and I think I had some video games from my DS when the DS came out. But I had like a huge collection of Scooby Doo stuff, and then I think I gave it to a friend of mine's little brother because I had grown out of it a little bit, or at least I thought I did, because I was starting to leave elementary school, go into middle school at the time, and I kind of watched it whenever it was on TV, but I wasn't like a huge fan like I was as a kid. And then I would like if it was on TV, they'll show like the anime movies from the early 2000s. I'd watch them on TV. Then I got more busy playing video games because teenager, early tween, 12, 13-year-old playing Call of Duty. Kind of forgot about it, and then in high school, a couple years later, I kind of started getting back into it a little bit. But definitely after graduating high school and going back and reminiscing about old stuff I used to watch, I kind of had a really big renaissance of Scooby Doo stuff after graduating, and like since like 2019 all the way to like 2025, I've been like getting a lot of like commissions and stuff, which Bisque.
By the way, I'm posting any Scooby TF related thing into the side chat as we speak, so that you can be made aware, and we'll have topics to discuss.
Oh my
You'll see.
god, I already know what clip you posted. I don't have to look at it. The
Really?
one clip that everybody sent me when it first came out on Twitter.
The one I just sent?
I believe so. Let me quickly like look at this real quick. No, I'm thinking. Okay, I thought you posted a different.
So you didn't know, and you just assumed.
I assumed that
Don't do that.
The one that everybody sent me like a couple of years back, I was like, oh god, just seeing Scooby turn into a human being was so cringe.
Oh yeah.
I could not get away from that clip. Everybody was sending me that clip. I was like, guys, I've seen this a million times. Stop sending me this clip.
That clip is so offensive that I actually considered hunting the people responsible down, because I really think they need, if nothing else, a slap in the back of the head while they're eating their Chipotle. I don't know.
It's funny how bad it is, because when you take the clip and you reverse it, it's good. But when you play it at its normality, it's just like, oh god, why did they do this?
That's just it. Just run it always in reverse.
Yeah. Well, that's just my thing.
Sam, wait. So for those of us that are entirely unfamiliar with the whole Scooby TF realm, what is the OG TF in the series that hooked you?
Can't remember a first one.
I don't remember.
I mean, were there many TFs? Like,
well, here's
the
problem.
In the OG, I don't think there was any at all. I remember in the movies, the live action movies.
That's the problem, is that in the original series, everything was found out to be a costume. Everything.
Yeah.
In the Hanna-Barbera era.
The early Hanna-Barbera, yeah. Dude, like, I have to say,
Old Man Withers.
The 90s was where the monsters were real.
Well, yeah. I think you kind of had to. I mean, and then you've had some of the movies that delve into like there was one that where they went to like no, don't interrupt me. Anyway, so where they actually got sucked into the computer, and then like anything was possible in the cyber chase. Yes.
What?
And
I know this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Or it was VR or something. He knows better than me. I can't recall
That's Cyber Chase.
off the top of my head.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the movie. I think that movie came out what 2004. It was definitely like early to mid 2000s. I remember that coming out on DVD.
I mean,
And
there are 14 different Scooby Doo series that have nothing to do with the movies.
yeah, but I'm
The
saying
movies
like the
are
movies.
14.
That's crazy. I think there's 14.
Man.
I remember Zombie Island like it was like just released, even though it wasn't live in 1998. But I remember watching it originally on Cartoon Network, and I was like, "Holy shit, this is so good!" "Terror Time" is
So
my
that is
all-time favorite song.
So the Zombie Island one is the like first TF.
Yeah, the Werecats,
Yeah,
I believe.
Oh, the Werecats.
Cats.
Even I know this one.
Yeah.
Well, I was kind of racking my brain when I watched it. I was like, it's cool, but what does this have to do with like zombie? Whatever.
It's voodoo and black magic.
Yeah,
And
I mean, it's not
and a
awful or
fetish
anything.
for one or two of the animators.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'd have been directing that, I would have sort of put the focus exclusively on zombies and undead and skeletons and creepy shit like that. But I mean,
There was,
that was just
zombies
bonus.
and
Having the-
skeletons.
Okay.
No, but more zombies.
Actually,
you know?
I think there's actually blood on the swords in that
Was there?
movie. I don't know if it was blood or rust,
Oh,
but
I'm sure that they've gone in and deleted it or erased it for any re-release because people are pussies.
Nah, I have the DVD. You can't fuck that. You can't take that away from me.
Okay, well, no, you will keep that shit. Keep your physical media, people.
I love
Because
my
in the
physical
future,
media.
you'll be renting everything.
I know they re-released some movies on Blu-ray recently, and I want to get them on Blu-ray. Because, goddamn, fucking Reluctant
Right.
Werewolf, man. That movie did not age well.
No.
Which one?
Reluctant Werewolf.
Oh yeah.
1989.
Why don't they remake that? They could just remake it for a modern
Don't say the phrase.
audience.
Oh god.
And I don't mean that modern audience. I mean like, better animation, more a better design for the werewolf,
Yeah, it needs a redesign.
Because it's kind of lame. I mean the design, just the check.
And no tail.
Except for one shot.
Like literally like one scene.
Which we've talked about before.
Yeah.
And we will continue to complain about. But that was that's just a symptom of the the television animation industry back then. They were under such intense schedules. The crunch was killing people. And so, all those animation mistakes that you see, stuff like that, every cartoon had them.
And that movie, even though the voice acting is really rough, that could have been better if he had one the entire time instead of like for 10 seconds.
Well, but you know what? Just the simple act of drawing, animating, cleaning up, and coloring that tail would have cost probably an additional $20,000 per minute.
Well, I mean, I legit did this. I went back, I think it was with you and Scoot last year or the year before. And I went back, I got the video or clip from the movie, and we watched as it appeared and disappeared in real time, and it pissed me off still, even as an adult. I remember seeing that as a kid, I'm be like, huh?
Again, me as a kid, I wanted to become an animator, but even I noticed back then, I was like, it's like when you watch those old cartoons and you see the part of the background that's painted real bright and flat color, and you're like, that's going to move.
Mhm.
That's going to break. That's going to something. Things like that made me angry, and I was just a little kid. I was like,
Yeah, you
boy,
could
these
tell.
animators are lazy.
Yeah, you could tell. Like if something's slightly off color, you could tell that object's gonna move.
They didn't have Photoshop. They didn't have a lot of vector animation programs like they have now, where you could just kind of paste a realistic texture on something and then maybe use deformers to move it or whatever. It's a lot easier to do now, particle systems, that kind of thing. Back then you had to do it all by hand.
Yeah. What are your thoughts, Hind?
Well, I mean, good labor is expensive. Did you say $20,000 per what?
Per minute.
Per
Per
frame?
minute.
Per minute. Oh, okay.
It's probably more than that. I don't know. It's been a while since I've looked into animation budgets, but animation is an expensive procedure. Just to give you an example of like how everybody's trying to save money, especially these days, animation budgets. I got a job offer this morning.
Nice.
And then I was thrilled. And I went and I looked into it. The guy was like, "Hey, look at this video." And in the video, they were like, "Hey, we're a new up-and-coming studio. We've got a budget. We've got this, we've got that. And we've got celebrity voice actors. We've got George Foreman and this and this." And then it said, "We're not going to pay you. We're going to give you ownership of part of this movie if you animate for us." And I was just like, "Oh, come on."
Does that mean residuals or what is that?
Residuals if it makes money, if it gets picked up, if it gets streamed. And I was just like, I need money now, so no, I will not be joining your team.
Money is very important. I found out that
and
this
never
morning.
Work for free. Hold on, before we go on, people, never work for free. Never take an internship if it's not paid.
All right, Joker.
Ever do not work for free.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't.
But it's a resume builder.
Even so.
No.
Working for free is not good.
Dude, listen. People don't give a fuck about my resume. In fact, the older you get and the more stuff that goes on your resume, a studio will look at you and say, well, this person's old. He's over 50 years old. He's got too much credit and experience, which means we'll have to pay him more, which isn't true because a lot of animation jobs, you just kind of start over at the entry level, whatever the wages. Sometimes you just take what you can. But that's what they look at me at. Look at me now, and they say, "Oh, he's older, can't pay him. Let's get somebody young and hungry and eager to get in, and they'll do anything we say, and we can pay them a pittance."
I'm glad I'm not an animator.
Well, animation was different. Then computers came along and ruined everything, and now AI is going to be replacing every single one of us, and we're all screwed no matter what.
Yeah.
So hey.
Terminator.
Well, wait. So let me. A lot of the animation that came out in the 80s and 90s seems to be sent off to either Korea or Thailand or something like that.
Depends. Philippines, Korea, mostly Korea.
Is that still happening? Or like, why did they do that? Was it because it was cheaper or better quality?
It's cheaper.
Or yes,
it's cheaper, which is funny considering that the animation union has a union, or the animators industry has a union, because the union never does shit for us. I'm gonna say that out loud, and I have no problem saying it. They certainly didn't take any steps to prevent studios from sending the actual animation work overseas, which is why the last big American animation studio to have American people do animation was Filmation. He-Man and She-Ra and that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah,
Brave Star. That was the last batch of shows where it was actually. Now that doesn't mean that like occasionally there's people that do retakes animation, but that's kind of mostly it. There's some animation work now. It's like puppet work. It's not so much hand drawn animation anymore. That's why puppet animation is so popular now, because you can reuse the puppets over and over again. That's why a lot of it looks kind of dead, because you don't have that kind of variety when you would animate by hand. And you notice that like back in the old Scooby Doo show, right? Some of that stuff had to be just drawn by hand. You had a model sheet, so you had to keep it on model, but you didn't have the exact specifications of a puppet. But going back to that whole thing about the tail, on the TF things, like if they'd had the puppets back then, they probably would have kept it in, because all you'd have to do was copy and paste keyframes. And you wouldn't have to redraw it every time, and it probably has deformers, and you could just like move handles and animate it like that way. But that was then. This is now. And
well, the cheap animation back in the 80s and 90s was just simply drawing a sequence, usually a TF sequence, and then just reusing it throughout the entire series.
Oh yeah. Gosh, the whole like He-Man. Every time he transformed, they showed the same thing over and over.
Yep. Same with like Street Shark, or not Street Sharks. What am I thinking of? Oh, what was that terrible Japanese one?
Actually, never
with
seen
the-
Street Sharks.
Well, beyond the pilot, it's not interesting. Well, there's one other. There's like, I believe there's
like Sailor Moon.
like-
Every time they did that little TF sequence,
it was the same because it was recycled from the first one.
That's
but
funny.
I can hardly call that TF. It's like makeover.
Extreme
It's like
makeover.
a extreme fashion makeover. That's not TF.
The beauty experience.
I mean,
she just puts on a different outfit.
Also, isn't she like 12?
I don't know. I don't know anything about that show.
She's in high school, so.
I know
It's
some
okay.
weeb friends of mine have seen a little bit of it, but that's it. My bread and butter is horror films, action movies, and Scooby Doo. That's
Well,
it.
some people have described the Scooby Doo movies as horror films.
Nah.
Some. Didn't say all. Just some.
Yeah. I don't see it at all. It's got a spooky atmosphere, but that's just
Speaking of those films, did Shaggy not TF like crazy in one of those movies?
In the second live action one.
Yeah, he turned into like a chick and then like big muscle dude.
Yeah. Oh god, peak 2000s when you hear this fucking Space Jam song playing in that scene. That was peak 2000s. I remember that. I was like, "Oh boy, that is very aged."
The second movie, the sequel, right?
Yeah, it's Monsters Unleashed. It took me a second there. I haven't seen the sequel in a
have
minute.
we not even just like watched that entire sequence here? Because it's got to be out there on the.
I think we've watched it before, but I think it was in another episode that we've done because we were talking about something else.
So Shaggy TFs into like a hunky Shaggy?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Hold on, I'm trying to find it. There we go. Potion scene.
Yeah, it's like halfway through the movie, I think.
I'll pop it in the side panel there.
Muscular stoner TF.
They find the secret laboratory.
That's right, Monsters Unleashed.
Yep. Potion
Oh
scene.
my.
Yeah, I can't play that because of the music, but yeah.
Shit, I started to play it and there was music.
Well, you know, it's visual. You should just mute the audio. You can always just show the vid.
I could.
Oh, and Scooby turns into Albert Einstein or something.
And he's like, "Oh God, being smart sucks." It goes back to being normal.
Oh, and that's one of those cheap things where somehow the clothes TF'd too.
Yeah.
That
Magically.
makes no goddamn sense. Whatever.
It doesn't make any sense. It's funny though.
But I mean, it's a movie about a talking dog, so who cares?
Yeah. Well, it's a fun movie, I almost said anime. A fun animated cartoon.
See, I was looking. Oh, go
I'm
ahead.
getting some Hulk vibes from Shaggy there.
Oh yeah.
Well, what about Scrappy Doo? Scrappy Doo had a TF in the first movie.
Yeah.
And the awful, uncanny valley kind of Scrappy.
You're telling me you don't like Uncanny Valley stuff?
Well, I just wonder if the CG was actually still pretty primitive back then.
The CGI has actually dated decently in those movies.
Think if they made that movie nowadays and they updated the appeal, I think they could have made a Scooby that looks like the cartoon version and realistic at the same time if they just kind of found a nice medium.
Yeah. I'm sure they could do it, but there was a project that some like independent people were trying to do, but Warner Bros. Shut it down. They only made it one episode. It was like a live action thing. It was actually pretty good because it was supposed to be like a more mature version.
Aren't there like 5 of those live action shows they made?
Yeah.
Like I could swear there's more than one.
It was like a GoFundMe kind of thing. I think where they like they're like, the cast was gonna go and do all these crazy things, and they had like a lot of big plans for the show, but I think that the budget was a lot, and also Warner Brothers
So-
shut it down because of copyright.
Mystery Incorporated, that series, 2022. And then there was Scooby Doo, the live action series, and that's I'm looking on IMDb here.
I haven't seen every live action thing they've done, and I haven't seen every single newer animated movie that they've done.
Now there's another Scooby Doo live action series in the works at Netflix too. Apparently,
Oh God!
And this is as of April 29th, 2024. So they had to have been working on it all last year.
Netflix is gonna Netflix it.
And then, let's see. I know there was another one. It was like a teen series. And of course we had Velma, but that's not live
We don't
action.
talk
Ugh.
about Velma. Oh my
Oh,
God!
but we should.
No, I don't
Why
want
not?
to. I don't wanna.
But it's interesting. Hatred is powerful.
I hate Mindy Kaling. She's not funny.
I don't hate her. I just hate that show.
No, she's
Okay,
not
I hate
funny.
her too.
She wasn't funny in The Office. Nobody likes The Office. It's not a funny show. It has
Wait a
a
minute,
few
if
funny
nobody liked-
memes.
It's not a funny show.
No,
If nobody liked The Office, why are there so many memes about it?
because millennials like satirical humor. I think. Is it satirical? It's supposed to be. It's a stupid show. I've watched a few episodes. I'm like, nah, not for me.
Eh.
Oh.
Millennial humor, millennial writing. It sucks. It ruins everything.
But see, I really want to talk about Velma, but I know. It's.
I groan.
suppo-
I spit in your general direction.
I mean, we could talk for hours about
Right.
how Velma thinks that Fred has a tiny dong.
What?
Yeah. Well,
That's what she
yeah.
says in the show.
You,
yeah, it's if we watched that,
He's white and he's rich.
if we watch Velma, like that shit show of a show, during the weekend, I'm getting like blackout drunk because I hate that show.
Oh, well, in that case, we absolutely have to.
Yeah,
You
well,
kidding me?
maybe finish my commission. I'll agree to your terms.
I don't know what you're talking about.
We are going on year.
Here's the thing. I'm gonna
Two.
be. I'm gonna send you your commission, right? And you're gonna look and you go, "This looks like Drijuce's style."
I don't understand.
This is gonna throw my art commission.
I'm just gonna like
It's
pawn
you.
it off on you. That's the joke.
Ah,
I'm sure she could do it, even though
It's just a joke. I'll talk to you about it after the podcast.
Yeah.
Or you'd be like, "This is Retneck made this, didn't he?"
No, Rednick's already said he's not doing this.
No, I traced it with my right hand, which made the lines kind of wobbly, which I was hoping would throw you off.
I know your style. I know Rednick's style, and I know Drijuce's style. You can't trick
Yes.
me.
This is why I never make porn.
I mean, if I did that, I wouldn't do it in my style. I'd do it in the Scooby style.
I should do that. I should start drawing with my right hand so it's absolutely unrecognizable.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Who here is left-handed? Am I the only one?
you're the only one. I'm right-handed.
Yeah, because you're a freak.
Oh.
You left-handed weirdo.
Just so you know, like 9 out of the last 11 American presidents have been left-handed. Oh, that's why we're in so much trouble. Fuck.
Hey, at least we're not Canadian.
That's right.
Oh no! Oh god! All this free healthcare, it's so bad.
All that delicious poutine, beavers on your money,
Maple syrup and everything.
maple syrup. Oh,
Hockey being a religious symbol.
I want pancakes now.
Joke's on you, I had pancakes the other day.
Get ready for the U.S.-Canada trade war that's coming up. That'll be fun.
Can you believe we kicked your ass in your own sport?
No, we didn't.
No, you
What do you
didn't.
mean?
We won the first game of that recent series, and then Canada won the championship. We
Yeah.
didn't beat anybody.
Oh,
Come
well,
on,
at least we won the first
get your
game.
hockey facts straight.
I don't watch hockey.
And then Canada was happy, and no one in America gave a shit.
Yeah.
I saw clips on Twitter.
Well, no, because they were booing our national anthem because Trump, I guess. Whatever.
Yeah. Well, anyways,
Oh well.
what are
shit.
your thoughts on
Thoughts?
cartoon character transformations?
Have we not done like 10 of these?
I don't
No,
know.
kidding. Oh,
There's
you
nothing
mean
wrong with more.
as it relates to this show?
I'm
You mean?
asking all of you.
Now are we talking like notable IPTFs? You know, like well-known shows, that kind of thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's great, and as I said, it was done. Again, if the internet had existed back then, those would be considered kinks.
Everything is these days. What are you
No, but
talking about?
just go through like any 65 episode series from back in the day, and every other episode had a singular, what would be considered like a kink thing topic. And I don't know.
Or large breasts.
I mean,
Or
I
muscular,
never.
muscular men.
Well,
Yeah,
I've always
or-
enjoyed werewolves since I was a child, so I guess that also plays into this.
Yeah, but I can't think of too many animated series involving werewolves.
I mean, we never saw. You know, they were never allowed to do anything adult, so you could never show the werewolf killing anybody in cold blood.
Right. So, like, the best we got, well, I won't say the best we got, but the most notable we got was the Teen Wolf animated series, which was horrifically bad.
Oh, so
I don't
bad.
think
we
I ever
should
saw
watch it.
that one.
That was another one where they recycled the same.
Oh yeah. They
I-
always showed the same TF over and over just for filler.
I have a
It was
vague
pitiful.
memory of sleeping over at a friend's house when I was maybe like 8, and his mom was watching the original Teen Wolf on TV, and I was like, "What is this?" And like, I think it's like the scene where either I think one of the teachers is like undressing or whatever. I can't remember. I haven't seen the original Teen Wolf in a long time. It's either his girlfriend or a teacher, and sex ensues.
Well, there's only one scene from the original Teen Wolf movie that matters. That's the "Give me a keg of beer" scene, where they send him into the liquor store to buy beer, and the old man's just like, "I'm not gonna sell you any beer," and so he like, his eyes glow red. And he's like, "Give me a beer." That's the only scene I really remember. Aside from like the TF in the bathroom, and then him opening the door and his dad's there, and he looks like a poodle. Or a Papillon or something.
Or Saint Bernard.
Yeah.
He's more like a grown-up Shih Tzu, I think.
He's like
Shih Tzu?
an explanation is probably over. No, I have to find a screenshot of that. Hold on. You'll see.
Oh, there's a whole like sub fetish about his dad.
Oh God, why?
What? Why?
Because he was lovable. And because people had terrible fathers and they'd rather have that father instead. Who was awesome because he was a werewolf too.
I actually want to sit down and watch Teen Wolf again. I think I have the first one on Blu-ray somewhere.
Well, we can always watch that during one of the movie nights. But here's a screenshot of his dad.
That is my OG.
I'm gonna put it in the side thing. There you go.
Yep.
He looks like a fucking Sasquatch.
He does.
Yeah,
He looks like one of those like Japanese monkeys you see in the hot springs.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about. That's really funny. I like how it's just a hairy dude.
They didn't even bother to give him like a dog nose or whatever.
Yeah, like what the hell?
Just more hair.
Yep.
It's just like
No, I can't tell you how disappointing that was as a young TF fan, watching that movie and going, "That's it? That's all? That's all we get?"
Well, isn't the movie about like puberty and such?
I mean, he looks kind of like those Mexican kids with all the hair.
It's a direct analog for puberty.
Okay.
Oh, totally.
That explains.
Weird things are happening to your body, and no one is around to explain it to you except your dad, who's awkward about it.
Oh God.
But once you get used to it, then you're awesome,
Okay.
and you get all the chicks.
That's right. And then, you shun your friends and you shun the girl that always liked you for the hotter girl.
Right.
Never really had any friends that were just girl friends.
And then and then in the end you're just like, I made a mistake, I'm sorry. And they're like, oh, come here, you. That's how all 80s movies ended.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the sequel
Yeah.
Oh,
Jason
was that
Bateman.
with young Jason Bateman?
Bateman?
Yeah.
Yeah. Bateman.
Every episode of Ozark that I watched, I could only picture him with that equally awful
I
werewolf makeup.
I don't remember the sequel much.
It's forgettable. That's why.
Oh. I don't remember
There was
his. I don't remember
that
his.
TF scene was he was dancing with a debutante, and oh God, it was just so poorly done.
It was the same movie, just with boxing instead of basketball.
Yeah, exactly.
Even in the original, he looks like a Sasquatch.
So, this
I
being
do
one of my
remember-
favorite TF movies, I have a bit of insight on that. Apparently, the production design was transmitted to the actual practical effects team quite poorly, and they they misinterpreted what the producer had in mind, but because it was a small budget, they didn't have the money to say, no, you screwed that up, do it again. They just said, it's close enough, let's go with it.
Now, there is one notable thing about Teen Wolf 2 at the end. There is a tail.
Really?
Oh, there is?
A lady with I'm trying to find it.
Oh, the teacher? That's
the
the one
teacher.
with the teacher.
Where she walks off at the end, but you see that like under the dress.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Why do I have a
gotta
faint
find
memory
it.
of that? I vaguely remember that now after you said that.
Mm-hmm.
I need to get these in movies. I need to
Only
save
with-
up some money for 2 weeks and just go out to my local movie store, fly over to Bisque Land, and go to that really big movie store that's near you.
Entertain Mart.
Yeah.
Blockbuster?
No, sadly, Blockbuster, dude. We had a big Blockbuster near my place, and it took. I don't know when they did it,
I found
but
it.
when
I found it.
when I found out what happened to the Blockbuster sign that used to be there, I was so pissed. It was
Hold on,
there.
I found that scene, and I'm going to timestamp it and put it in the thing so you can see it. It's right here. It's actually quite a good tale.
1987.
Yep.
Mhm.
Now watch. Just look.
Alright, let me have a little look-see here.
You
Ah,
hear that? I think
Getting an
something's
ad.
not right.
gross.
Of course you do. Nobody
cool.
notices this.
I'm a pygmy hippo. Or am I?
I can't believe I'd almost forgotten about that scene.
That is Apocalypse. That's really bad. Yeah. So, looking at this scene, I'm not gonna show it because I don't want to get copyright struck down.
Well, it's the audio. Just mute the audio, for God's sake.
No, they get you for clips. It's not just the audio.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's actually decent. That was the only thing that interested me about the movie. I was like, this sucks. Ooh, tail.
The tail and the lesbian.
What?
Is she a lesbian?
Where does she pop up?
The smart
It's
hair.
It's time stamped.
It didn't timestamp for me.
Oh, it's at the end. Just look at the most popular part. You know, the most popular part. Watch with the little graph at the bottom where.
Oh, that's a girl. I thought that was a guy.
No, it's girl.
Yeah, no, it's a woman. She's just very butch.
Oh, that's stupid.
Wait, Sam, you don't like anything.
Oh my god, dude.
Come on. Okay, all right. Put yourself in my
It was
my shoes.
1987.
That
This
is
is the height.
It was 1987. Like we didn't have any of the deluge of stuff that you find online now.
Bro,
but,
This is practical
that
effects.
was not a
Peak
wolf
practical
tail.
effects.
That was a cat. You
And
can't.
it's
That's like
Mm.
pre Hermione from Harry Potter.
all right. You fuckers in the chat, go watch this clip. And
Like-
I could find a way to link it somewhere.
I mean, you gotta love 80s cheese, but that was pretty stupid.
Can you imagine like being that actress and like the prop guys are like, here, wear this.
We're gonna put
She's
this on a belt that you're gonna have to wear under your
She's like,
dress.
it's 20 grand extra. They're like, done.
She's just like, should I put this on my resume?
I mean, do people even like Teen Wolf 2?
No, I don't know of anybody that has ever spoken positively of it, but I like that scene.
Being
See, listen, this is the problem with like most of the movies that I like growing up. They're mostly pretty bad, and there's always like one or two things that I like about any particular one movie.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
that's it. That's the clip from that one. That's it.
Fine.
So I won't own the movie, but I will download that clip and probably clip that and just watch it over and over on my computer.
My normie friends make fun of me because I'll like really bad horror films sometimes.
I love bad horror
admin
films.
of a werewolf chat, I would say that there are probably 3 people that I've talked to that kind of like that film, that scene, or that film, but only for a specific moment in that specific scene, and the rest of it is just hot garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So to answer your question, basically no.
Cool. So it's only one scene from a movie, and that's it.
Yeah.
Actually, it's more fun just to read the comments of that scene and to see which people are like perverts. Like this one that says, where is it? Where did it go? Shake a tail. That's a pervert.
Does it have a furry profile pic?
No, actually, but hold on, I'm scrolling down. There's not a lot of comments because like that. Whenever there's not too many comments about a specific thing. Let's see. Another person was like, "How did you get a tail?" And the person was like, "LG, female werewolves are different," as if they were real.
Wait, so the implications that female werewolves have tails, but others don't?
Here's another one. Kim Darby was a beautiful actress. Teen Wolf was cool. She was turning into the alpha female wolf with wolf tail. Best scene from Professor Brooks with her bone-chilling red eyes. Okay. That's,
Yeah.
He's a fan.
He's definitely a fan.
That's a fan.
He's jerked out to that scene about it.
I mean, you could jerk off to worse things.
Oh, yeah.
Good for him.
Like Scooby
Good
Doo.
for him.
Right. Completely harmless. That's the best part about it.
But I mean, like I said, that's all we had growing up. So when I saw that, I was like, yeah.
I think the first werewolf movie I ever saw was Twilight, sadly.
Oh, dear God.
Oh,
You poor bastard.
My mom, she drug the whole family to see all those movies.
Your mom?
Yeah, my mom.
She's like, Taylor Lautner is so sexy.
Oh.
Mommy's 13.
No, she was a huge Team Edward fan. I was like, I'm gonna
so pale.
Stop you on that one.
He's so pale and gross.
So it's basically the meme. It's basically like, crap, what's it called? It's not necromancy. What sort of thing?
Lycanthropy?
No, where it's like a disgusting thing where people like dead people.
Oh,
necrophilia.
It's like either
yeah.
necrophilia or bestiality. In the book.
Oh,
what if it's both? What if it's a dead werewolf?
That's basically what Twilight is. It's basically necrophilia or bestiality.
What if it's a dead werewolf? It could be
emo girl chooses either dead guy or dog boy. It's so bad. The internet can make up some.
What was
funny
that one
memes.
question from like a year ago where they were like asking women, "Would you rather be with a guy or a bear?" And they were like, "The bear."
Yeah, the bear that will maul your face off.
It's like, I don't think you know bears very well.
Right before it must
Bears are not cuddly weenie poos.
No, bears suck. Even like little black bears suck. They're the worst. I hate bears. They broke into my window well twice, into my bedroom window well while I was sleeping, and I hate them. They broke my fence. They broke my
Why
backyard
your room
lighting.
all like in general?
Because I don't know. Maybe they smelled the
What
sexy.
part of Colorado do you live in?
Uh-huh.
I ain't saying. Don't dox me.
He lives in bear country.
I don't live in Colorado. It's another state. Yeah.
California.
Wyoming?
California.
He lives in
So
the land of we want to saw off and drift into the ocean.
Can you tell me what movie that's from? California.
Bisque.
That's a little vague.
That's very vague.
Pretty
Many
vague.
movies say California.
It's a movie that I suggested we watch that is terrible, and it's just a commercial.
A movie that is a commercial.
I don't know.
California, the Wizard, with Fred Savage, the 2-hour long Super Mario Brothers 3 commercial.
Yeah, I have never seen The Wizard. I would never have guessed that.
No, but we will watch it, and you will say you hate it, and I will say, "Oh, come on, it's
Honestly,
fun."
if it's bad, I'm probably just gonna fall asleep or play a video game and say, "Yeah, this movie's pretty cool."
You'll just be like, yeah, they're calling me for dinner. I gotta go."
My parents are calling me for dinner.
It's like that's like your third
also,
dinner today.
Johnny Bravo had a werewolf episode.
Oh, he did. Oh, well, yeah. Johnny Bravo dated like tons of like critter things.
Yeah, Johnny
We
Bravo
talked
was
about these
funny.
before.
Yeah, I remember Johnny Bravo really well.
Johnny Bravo was like, "Well, you're a dear woman, but I guess I could fuck you."
We have a lot of funny comments in the chat. Also, S Mother Jennifer, Dry, answer your gosh darn DMs.
Oh boy.
They're probably like,
No.
"You shouldn't hang out with this Rectal Bisque guy. He's disgusting."
Your Bisque friend is weird.
Yeah, he's like
So
gross.
they say gosh darn, they're worth ignoring.
He's like gross, and he's old, and
You are old.
yeah,
He is old.
I think he's improperly influencing you.
I'm 25 and I feel old.
Shut the fuck! I swear to Christ, if you say this one more fucking time, I'm not coming on this goddamn
Bisque and
podcast.
I will fly to Georgia and strangle you for saying that.
And then we'll go to Waffle House, okay?
Yeah,
The day
Scattered
you
Smother
step into a
Public.
Waffle House, it'd be funny.
A Waffle House in a white neighborhood. Did I say that out loud?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, dude, Waffle House in Atlanta, you see some really strange but funny shit.
I
Actually-
believe that.
Yeah, same here. No, like there was a night that we went to Waffle House at like 1:30 in the morning. There was like this wily homeless white dude just with no shirt swinging a machete around, and we were like, "Let's go to the other one."
Gosh.
No, the best entertainment is watching the White Waffle House staff deal with that.
Yeah.
Dude, those employees are trained in combat. They're pretty good.
Oh yeah,
There's-
that's why they're hired.
Secretly
Sorry.
Marines.
Sir, you got to go. Security.
You remember seeing the video of the black lady throwing a chair at one of the
Yeah.
cooks, and she like deflects it like
blocked it with,
Captain
like, her
America?
forearm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She just stopped short of practically kamehameha-ing that bitch.
Yeah. Looking at my list here. Bullet point.
list?
Bullet point 3 says explain why I love Scooby Doo so much.
Okay, yes. Now we can
Yes,
shut
thank
up
you.
and you can talk.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's not much for me to really say other than that I've been a really big fan since I was like a really little kid. I remember being at a NASCAR event and watching some of the movies and some of the seasons I had on DVD on like a little portable TV in my dad's truck. I would be in the back seat watching it. I think I had the soundtracks. I don't know whatever happened to them. I think I might have given them away when I gave my best friend's little brother all my Scooby Doo stuff. I think I gave him the CDs, which I regret because they are expensive now. Wink, wink. Fresque. Yeah, I used to listen to the soundtracks on my portable CD player. It was not like an MP3 player, or it was like an actual like you could Batman. Like,
Discman.
is that what it's called?
That's what it used to be called.
Discman,
A
yeah.
Discman?
Hmm.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not a Walkman, but it was like you could hold basically a portable CD player.
Yeah, Discman.
Yeah,
Discman.
I used to have one, and then one of my friends broke it, and I was very upset. But I remember watching the cartoons all like throughout school. I've been watching the animated movies since they were on Cartoon Network. I've been listening to the soundtracks, mainly the like big songs from all the movies. I've been collecting the comic books, like the little small thin ones for like $2 a piece. You get at like a gas station or a nerdy game store these days. Just kind of just reading and watching wholesome stuff. Because when the world's a shitty place and you watch a bunch of violent movies a lot, you kind of want to sit back and just watch a wholesome cartoon once in a while.
Yeah.
But even though like Great Danes in real life are very tall and very stinky dogs, because
I mean, well, it also promoted gluttony. Let's face it.
they eat a lot. I've seen them in real life, and oh my god, they are tall motherfuckers.
Oh, they are. I had one in my last apartment complex, and like the lady that had it was like 5'2". This dog was like up to her neck, maybe even higher. God, Jesus, it's like big, white, monstrous. Yeah, and I think I could smell it from across the parking lot.
Yeah,
No, they were stinky. Huh.
Yeah, one of my family members basically called them like mini horses because they're so big.
Oh, kind of like oh god, what are those? Irish setters, also very large.
Yeah.
We had one growing up, and they're not that big.
Setter
some can get really tall.
Irish setter, yeah. I don't know. They're like a husky size.
Some
Sam, can you tell us? Sam, tell us about like when it made that left turn into TF.
Well, to be honest, I've always kind of liked the idea of that, but it was more of when it hit like I was like high school, like late middle school, early high school. Like I'd find a few on like Transfer or Fur Affinity or DeviantArt.
But what drew you there in the first place?
What was that?
Like, what drew you to those sites in the first place?
Finding the furry fandom in like 2012, 2013.
Yeah, but okay, so let me go back further.
Because when you type in werewolves like art on Google or werewolf movies, werewolf clips on like YouTube, because back then I was very what's the word?
Introverted?
No.
Stinky?
No. Yeah, kind of.
Delicious?
Kind of. You're kind of gate kept away from that type of content because you're not
coddled.
No, not cuddled. Like I can't think of the word, but it's essentially my parents, or at least my mom, didn't want me to watch a lot of like those 80s horror films or like anything that or play any like rated M.
Watch that.
You can't play rated M video games.
You'll grow up and you'll be a school shooter.
Nah, nothing like that. It's just she didn't want me growing up too fast, so I got to experience like The Howling and American Werewolf in London, all those other like really fun 80s movies, horror movies. When I hit, I think 5th grade, I got to watch Halloween. I think it was on a AMC Fear Fest back in like 2006 or 2008. Can't remember when they started that on TV, but I remember having my dad VHS tape it for me, and I think we used like an old, I think it was Lord of the Rings or Batman, like the VHS tape. I don't know why they did it, but they did. I need to find that VHS tape.
Just imagine like mommy and daddy Sam in bed going, "Do you think our son's a furry?"
No, this is pre-furry. No, my parents kind of figured that out in high school.
They're like, "We found your DeviantArt favorites."
Oh no.
It's
called my schoolmates and my best friends and my brother telling them.
Oh no!
Oh,
your brother! Your
Oh,
brother!
my own. Yeah, brother.
Your own flesh and blood. Your own. He's supposed to protect
Stepbrother.
you. What kind of brother? Okay, well, fuck him then.
Yeah. he kind of said, "Hey, my brother is a weirdo." So
Like, Mom, Dad, you'll never believe what Sam is. He's
yeah, I think it started. I think it was like 2012, 2013 when I first really officially found the furry community, and then at like 2016, 2017,
word.
I wanted a fursuit, and I should be getting one
A
soon.
costume. It's not a fursuit. It's a costume.
The fursuit.
Costume.
But what really got me for the Scooby Doo stuff was just the wholesome effect from the show and the movies. It's just fun adventures. It's kind of like
It was also a bunch of like teenagers driving around in a van with no adult supervision.
yeah. Well,
Getting themselves into incredibly dangerous situations and trespassing a lot.
That, and when you're not allowed to really watch anything scary at a young age, that's kind of like your gateway drug into watching scary, because some of the like the backgrounds were very eerie in the original series, and
Some
of course
stuff could be pretty scary.
You got some like really cool monster designs in the early 2000s, plus that banger like theme song opening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, shit, there was stuff in Sesame Street that scared the crap out of me when I was a kid.
Well, you're a pussy. I remember your boy here was tortured by Teletubbies.
Okay, well, no, listen, there's something inherently terrifying about the Teletubbies. Admit it.
I like them.
Well, what's
No.
wrong with you?
You're a girl. Girls like
cute.
Teletubbies.
Yeah, it's true. Because
No, it's like-
Me and my friends were joking.
Baby.
Me and my friends were joking about this not too long ago. I'm like,
It's ready
like
to appeal to hormones.
how many like memes were made out of that show, and how dark that like the underlying tone of that show is.
Or like 98% accusations of like gay grooming
That's right.
from that show.
That and the Wiggles.
Oh, the Wiggles! I don't know. I always felt like the Wiggles were just like some dudes in bright colors singing, unless there was some kind of scandal that I'm not aware of.
I don't know. If there was, I've forgotten about it. But I mean, like I said, it's just the wholesome aspect of watching the show and then watching the
Now
movies.
you got Bluey, which is totally wholesome, but like it's being co-opted by perverts.
Yeah, but it's Australian.
I mean,
It's
Australians.
fine. I have the first 2 seasons on DVD. It's fine. It's an alright show.
It. I'm kidding.
Like, when did y'all first see it?
Scooby?
Yeah.
Or Bluey.
Scooby, of course.
Oh, I already said when I first saw it. That was when I was a kid. That was somewhere around 1980.
So, like, in the 80s, that's when it was going through its Walmart phase.
Mid 70s to early 80s. That was my introduction.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose that's probably the best time, too, because it was in reruns by the 80s, but still.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was probably the same era. It was just the original. I would have gotten away with it if it weren't for you meddling kids era.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
I mean, they still do that.
I mean, those old fuckers in the costume never had like a heart attack or drop like, "I'll get you."
Yeah.
It was always the boomers ruining.
Because like I've been in a costume like that before, and it's hot, and sweaty in there. What if they get heat stroke?
Actually, a buddy of ours has actually dressed up as Scooby Doo for Universal Studios.
Which one? Do I know?
Yeah.
Oh, you're not going to mention him by name?
He's a streamer.
Why aren't you?
I think I know which one you're talking about. Starts with an L.
He's a stinky hyena.
Yeah, and has a fart fetish, but I won't mention.
He does. He does.
He really does.
The goober.
Listen, it's fine. You people can jerk off to whatever they want. I will not judge. Although in that
I'll judge
case,
on that.
Oh, buddy, you judge me plenty whenever I talk to you about commissions. Oh boy, guys,
again,
you don't know the judge. The eyes.
I'm not aware of anything
judgment.
you're talking about.
Dry, you can't escape this. You judge too.
Well, I'm just surprised that Sam doesn't know by now that the more he talks about it, the longer I'm going to put it off.
My man, I've been waiting for a while.
No, you haven't.
Yeah.
For what?
You know what?
Be quiet.
No.
Can we talk about Waffle House some more?
No, Amex. Oh,
I
go
really
get the
actually
Waffle
do
House
want a
tomorrow.
waffle.
Only if we talk
Joke's
about
on
what
you. I
happens-
got like 10 of them around me.
Only if we
I've
talk about
never
what happens
had it.
in the dump behind the dumpsters. Then a
Look,
Waffle
there's nothing especially special about Waffle House waffles themselves. They're okay.
Waffle House hits differently when you're coming home at like 2 in the morning from a concert and you're just hungry and you're dehydrated from
see.
drinking so much.
Yeah. And everybody that was at the concert stops there too. So it's kind of
No.
like a party.
No,
That's nice.
I
like
travel
that.
like an hour to 2 hours away from my house to go to a concert. So whenever we get to a Waffle House near my place and my other friends, because we kind of live in the same kind of sphere, we would go to the local Waffle House because there's like at least like 4 or 5 around our places. Because they're like McDonald's, they're like on every corner, and we'll go, we'll sit down, and we'll eat, and then I'll like jokingly like say, I'm gonna scoop up all this food, I'm gonna eat this so fast, like Scooby Doo, haha, just like joke kind of
And then
thing.
you start choking.
Yeah, and I start choking on my bacon.
I like the hash
aesthetic.
browns. What can I say? I like the hash browns, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, Waffle House is pretty good, not gonna lie. Waffle House, it's great!
I'm gonna agree with you, Drijuce. They're all greedy. I don't know what they want from you, but I'll just silently agree.
They want
Yeah.
me to do like anything at this point.
You mean
Which
like
is-
art-wise, right? They want you to get back to making incredible art, which you do.
You should make more art, Drijuce.
Yeah, make
I
more art.
I'm coming back. I was gonna come back on Valentine's Day, but then I didn't because I suck.
You don't suck.
But
No,
a
stop
little
that.
bit.
You don't.
But
You're better than me.
you know, I'm coming back. I'm coming
Okay,
back
you're only a little terrible.
soon, probably.
So like, I'm trying to look at my little bullets here because I sent you the list in Discord, Bisque, like last week.
Stay on topic.
Um,
Stay on topic.
what do you think I'm doing? Topic. What's the best thing about being a cartoon? That's one of the questions here.
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
You never die.
That's right. That's the
well,
number one, like,
technically,
especially at my age.
technically you can die because if we've learned from anything from Roger Rabbit.
But
Ooh.
wait, that begs the question: was Scooby and Roger Rabbit?
Actually, I don't know.
It's
I
not
don't
beg
think
that
you wa-
question.
I don't think he was. I'm looking it up.
I've seen Roger Rabbit like a ton of times and I don't remember. I think he might have like a cameo.
Let's see. Scooby Doo. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Fan and wiki. Well, if it's in the wiki, it stands to reason that he would be in it. No, Scooby Doo was not in Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
And the pain.
But the movie did feature cameos from several Disney characters. Well, because of course it did.
Of course,
Fucking-
it's Disney.
Mm.
That's good Disney. That's 90s, 80s Disney. That's not 2020 Disney.
Boy, we're gonna have to start talking about that live action Lilo and Stitch coming out, which I fear terribly.
I
They're
did not know
literally-
that was a thing.
Yeah, they're
Oh, yeah.
remaking Leo and Stitch in
Not-
live action.
You've not seen the video?
They're
No.
remaking everything but Robin Hood.
Oh God.
Everything
Here's
else.
the thing. No. Going back
What?
to
I want to see a pantsless fox.
So no. The
Of
the
course you
fox
do.
that they put in the live action Pinocchio that they made was the only good part. It's the part that Scoot talked about the most in that
Right.
Yeah,
amazing episode of Adam and Pals.
yeah.
Now
the
if they can do
Pinocchio
that,
episode.
they can clearly do a live action Robin Hood.
Dude, they just need somebody like me to come in there and be like, hey, we're gonna make a live action Robin Hood, but we're gonna have a little bit of animation in there so it's not Uncanny Valley. Kind of like what they should have done with the Lion King movies. We don't talk about the new one because it sucks balls. But they should have had the faces be more animated instead of actual like realistic, because animals can't emote.
I'm going to put the live-action Lilo and Stitch trailer in. I'm just going to send it right to you, Dry, so you can go, ew.
Yeah, it's bad. I
There you
remember
go.
when they had the
Oh.
TV show on fuck, what's it called? This Toon Disney. That was the channel, Toon Disney.
Yeah, Toon Disney.
Yeah, that no longer
Well, that
exists.
show actually had quite a few TFs.
Yeah, believe it or not. So did the Buzz Lightyear show. That one had some.
Oh yeah, they did the during the Super Bowl. I remember watching a Lilo and Stitch little snippet that they made exclusively for that. I will put that in. I'll just send it to her. Why would I waste time putting it here?
Oh God, Jim, you're right. With live action Snow White, that's gonna be a shit show.
Oh, I hope that makes no money
I
whatsoever.
hope it makes no money. I can't stand the lead actress in it.
Oh, no, she's so terrible. She's just so terrible.
Insufferable actress.
The worst. Okay, now I can put it in the side thingy here.
Yep, there it is. Blue and Stitch.
There it is.
There it is. Stitch at the Super Bowl, and it looks bad because it's like they're trying too hard at this point with the remakes. That's like if they came back and remade Scooby Doo, and it's like that really shoddy CGI. There's like no puppeteering,
Can I say something?
no practical effects.
I understand progression. You can't always live in the past. Things change. They evolve. Silent films became talkie films, and everybody probably freaked out. It's like, and again, people like me, older people, when this stuff comes out, you're like, oh man, why do they do that? But like, it doesn't so much bother the young people. It becomes commonplace to them. It's like they'll probably look back on hand-drawn animation like Scrimshaw or some other thing that's some old thing like that people never do. That like maybe one or two people in the world are left to keep doing. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe the whole remake thing is starting to bother me less.
I just don't care.
I just wish they were good.
Yeah, if they were good, it wouldn't be so much of a problem.
That's what I mean.
I will say this about the live action How to Train Your Dragon remake. That looks like the original movie. I know you're not. Shut up. Yeah, but I mean, it could at the very. I mean, okay. So compare that to the live action Super Mario Brothers movie from the 90s, right?
Mm-hmm.
So by comparison, it's very accurate to the cartoon. It is.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
Okay. Well, you don't have to take my word for it, but go back and we should watch the Super Mario Brothers movie so that that you'll remember, and maybe you'll give my statement a little more legitimacy.
I don't think I've seen that movie in such a long time. That had to been like early 2000s. I saw it.
Oh, bad.
It's been like at least like 20 years since I've seen that movie.
I mean, there's making something that has nothing to do with it, and then there's that.
I remember. Is it Dustin Hoffman?
No. Fucking. Oh, I already forgot his name.
I can see his face. He has like the weird like.
John Leguizamo and.
No, I'm talking for the bad guy.
Oh. Shit. Why is my brain not working?
Because I can see his face. He has like that really shitty like Linkin Park, like NSYNC, spiky hair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like it's Dustin Hoffman.
No, it's not Dustin Hoffman.
It's not Dustin Hoffman. He plays the bad guy.
It's
guy.
Fucking God, what's his name?
Yeah, he's in the Blue Velvet movie.
And fucking Easy Rider. Fucking Dennis Hopper.
Dennis Hopper. That's who it is. Okay. Sorry. I have some my old actors mixed up.
Well, he's dead now.
Oh, he is?
I think. Is he? Is he dead?
I don't think
Dennis
he
Hopper?
is.
Yeah, he's dead. He died in 2010.
He did?
Mm-hmm. He had cancer or something.
Oh, shit. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Me neither.
Damn, that's kind of a buzzkill. Let's get back
Yeah,
to
he
Scooby
was
Doo.
he was an Easy Rider and some other stuff. A lot of other stuff. Anyway, oh yeah, he was the bad guy in Speed.
Yeah, he was the bad guy in Speed. You're right. I haven't
Yeah.
seen Speed in a while. Good movie.
Stop question, hot shot.
Good
You're doing a
movie.
Scooby Doo podcast and you're getting off topic.
You are getting off topic, you old man.
Well, I'm just trying to keep it flowing.
Yeah.
One way or another.
Yeah. Would y'all be willing to do a Scooby marathon at some point? Maybe in October?
Well, what do you mean? Like a watch marathon?
Yeah.
We could do that, but it would have to be a select number of episodes, classic episodes, and or movies.
Is it like 2 episodes per era of like each season?
That's right.
Yeah.
And not coincidentally, maybe involving a little bit of TF.
Yeah. Try to maybe put in the 2 live action movies and maybe some newer maybe some classic animated movies.
Yeah, and maybe even just like ended up with like the 2 live action movies, part 1 and part 2, just like as a cherry on the top of the Sunday.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to make a an account on what's it called? It's another like YouTube clone where you can like do like movie nights and not get like copyright struck down.
We could make a new show. It's called it Rectal Reviews.
Nah,
I'm kidding.
you have Shiva Squad to
Maybe.
make.
Fuck Shiva Squad. Look,
Also, Boomer
we're
Zoomer.
not making anything new. Be quiet.
Boomer Zoomer, edit it.
It's certainly not coming out this weekend.
I'm waiting for Boomer Zoomer. I still can post it on
Certainly
my
isn't
channel.
another Shiba King, which I swore I'd never do again.
Boomer Zoomer.
Zoomer Boomer. Yeah, we do need to continue that.
Yeah, well, you need to edit those 2 videos so I can post them on my channel.
Well, you have to keep playing Metro. Anyway, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
We'll get to that. We're getting off topic
We are.
again.
We keep getting off topic. Oh no!
Honestly, maybe that's the only entertaining part of this podcast. They're like, I like it when they get off topic.
Yeah, I mean, it happens, but we've been mainly on topic the entire thing. But yeah. Honestly, would you say
I'm kind of
that
proud of us today. Yeah.
Do you think it's just I really like the character, or think it's obsession?
Oh, it's an obsession, but everybody has obsessions.
This is
What? I mean, like, look at those guys who go to football games and paint themselves,
Yeah.
they paint themselves up and they're in freezing cold with their shirts off. You tell me that's not obsession?
yeah. That's just
Yes, it is.
being
Yes,
a
it
big
is.
fan of sports. I don't like sports though.
Okay, but fine. You just for a moment try not to separate yourself from sports. Just call it something that's similar to what you. Somebody would look at you and say, "Man, I don't like Scooby Doo." You look at that and say, "I don't like sports." But the plain and simple truth is that's an obsession. Fandom is an obsession. It's a mania, if you will. Like my friend and I, one of my best friends and I, we get into different manias for a while. One little while was Fraggle Rock. We got really into that show, and that was our mania at the time. And then we moved on to different manias like dinosaurs. Jim Henson's Dinosaurs. Remember that show?
I think so.
Yeah, that was a mania. We just go from one mania to the next.
Yeah.
But for you, this is a mania that's stuck around your whole life.
Yeah, I mean, it had a big impact. I'm like, I feel like I had a thought when I was little. I'm like, is this gonna affect me when I'm older? Oh boy, yes, it did.
That
Yes,
was an understatement.
that's understatement of the past like 20 years of my life.
See, I'm tempted to send you a commission. You're like, this doesn't look like Scooby Doo. I'm like, what? I thought you said Thundercats.
I don't know.
Just to fuck with you.
That would be actually pretty upsetting. I'm like, this could have been Scooby, but you made it into Thundercats.
So you didn't want Scooby being molested by? Okay.
What? No.
No, I'm kidding. Maybe.
He jokes, but let's be honest, he's probably serious.
I mean, this is what I'm just hoping. Like the people in the chat are just like, we've got to get her away from this guy. He's a sicko.
Drijuce, run away, run far away.
Why are you associating with these two? Jesus.
They love it.
Hind Paws is like, I'm glad I'm not talking much.
Yeah, he's probably just sitting there like eating a burrito or something.
That or looking at one of the TF
Like,
chests that we're in.
Sitting in front of a fire, just casually looking at the laptop going, huh.
How about it, Hind? You there?
He's not there. See, he
He's
got up to
gone.
take a crap or something.
He's gone. They got him.
He's pushing cake.
They got him.
They got
They
him.
got him. Yeah, the FBI broke it and was like, okay, I was gonna go very far with that, but I think I should
Soon,
stop.
Drijuce is gonna go quiet and be like, "Oh God, they got her." Just
Don't
don't,
joke about that.
just don't elaborate who it is. It's just they got him.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. There's only 2 left.
Yeah. Then I'm just gonna disappear and just gonna leave. I'm just gonna leave you talking and be like, "So how about this podcast?" And just gonna get no response. All 3 of us are just quiet.
You know, somebody who doesn't like my politics is trying to get me swatted, and then they got me.
Yeah. And then it's just podcast. It's just quiet.
You're just sitting there like crickets chirping. Where is everybody?
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, if y'all were talking, I could just sneak away for like 2 minutes to go to the bathroom and get me a drink and just come back.
Are we like an hour and a half into this?
Maybe.
Yes, we
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
Didn't we say that we were going to end it at an hour and a half? That we weren't going to let it run over?
They have.
I'm actually kind of proud of us. I hadn't even noticed.
Yeah, because we're talking about something interesting. Everybody loves Scooby Doo. Even my normie friends. They're
I'll
like,
say this,
it's all right, but I'm like,
I
nah,
see-
it's great.
I see a lot of Scooby merch wherever I go.
Oh, I do. I bet you do.
And it's not like Star Wars merch that goes unsold and then has to go on sale and then ends up in the
I'm
rubbish
still
bin.
looking for that big plushie. I'm still looking. They're like
Uh,
super rare. I'm still looking for them.
The life-sized plush.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. If you find one out in the open, I will just I'll do
Or-
anything to have one.
Let's just ask the audience if there's anybody out there that
If-
can make that sort of thing for you.
Make
Yeah,
it.
I don't know if you're gonna find one like an original.
I just
Is
want.
it an original product? Like, is it a licensed thing or?
At least one without a specially placed hole.
Dude,
Ugh.
they're all on fucking TikTok. They all have the hole in the thing. It's like, stop it! You're ruining it. It's like I've seen so many videos of these people who have these life-size Scooby Doo plushies, and all they do is they're just making disgusting videos on TikTok with them, and I'm like, what are you doing?
Well, I was going to ask, I mean, are you of the belief that placing Scooby or any of the gang in a lewd and lascivious, more adult situation is insulting to the IP?
Yeah, because I don't. How old are they? Like,
Teenagers, technically.
yeah, no.
Why do they think they call them meddling kids? They have to be at least 16 because Fred has to drive.
I don't know. I honestly,
Maybe he's
I
18?
never really paid attention to that. I was like, oh, haha, that's funny. Because
I mean, I never understood why, like, if they were like over 20, if they were called like kids now. But like, as a 51-year-old man, I mean, occasionally I will see someone in their 20s and refer to them as like, "Hey, kid."
I mean,
It just happened out of nowhere. It just kind of started.
I'm 32 and you do that to me.
he does that to me too, and I'm 25.
That's
Yeah.
because you're just so cute.
Uh-huh.
She's a kitty cat, and I'm just here.
She is a kitty, and it's you know, I say hi, she hisses, and I'm like, that's adorable.
I could pick
She's-
you up and throw you.
She's like, why are you messaging me? Leave me alone.
It's like, leave me alone, you creepy old man. Stop it.
People are always surprised by how tall and big I am.
Are
She's a big
you
girl.
are you like the lady in Resident Evil Village? You're like super tall.
No, I'm not a giraffe.
Well, how
But
tall are
still.
you?
I'm not
I'm
saying
5'9".
you're
That's
tall.
pretty damn good.
You're taller than me.
Yeah.
I'm 5'4".
Yes. I thought you were 5'5". You keep changing it.
It
You're
depends
not
on wearing
short,
my
you're-
shoes.
You're not
5'4",
short,
5'5".
You're just compact. Okay.
Someone called me fun size.
I like that.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, that's not too small though. My sister's 5'1".
Oh, holy shit! I saw a woman in like the supermarket the other day. I swear she couldn't have been more than like 4'8". She was adorable. I wanted to like put her in my bag and take her home.
That's called kidnapping.
No, she wasn't a kid. That's adult napping. That's just napping.
I don't know.
Listen, you know I'm a size whore, so you know.
That is your thing.
I'd remove the size part of that statement.
That's good. I like that.
I love you, Bisque. Finish my commission.
I have no idea again what he's talking about. It's
Gru-
crazy.
Grumbling old man grumples again.
Mutter, 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 mutter.
You young whippersnapper, stop calling me about your commission. I'll get to it when I get to it. Bisque, it's been 2 years.
You're I'm gonna send you a box. You're like, oh boy, it finally came. Wait, what's this? A jar of urine?
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Look, I'm not Pokemon. I don't expect shit like that.
So hey, I'm speaking of not Pokemon, but Amaranth. You heard about that thing where she
Yeah.
supposedly was chased down and robbed? I think that's fake. I think that was those people were hired actors, and that we're gonna find out this was done for clout.
You're telling me a popular whore on YouTube and Twitch fakes content? Stop it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
no,
I said
didn't-
the naughty word on YouTube.
I actually hope that they find it out and she goes to jail, just like Jesse Smollett.
Oh god,
I
why'd you
had
have to
no
bring him
idea
up?
about this.
Yeah,
This
it's one of
is
those
really
influencer
stupid
chicks.
America stuff happening. You don't have weird stuff like this usually up in Keene.
No, they don't. No, Canadians have their own terrible influencers.
Yeah. Like Mike Myers.
I can't think of any, but I remember there was one. God, what was his name? Damn. He's one of those 3 a.m. kind of guys. Like don't
Nomer?
contact don't contact yeah, Nomer. Don't contact Kermit the Frog or perform surgery on Miss Piggy dolls at 3 a.m.
Nomer the Kermit the Piggy Frog. I stressed that one out. That's not funny. Yeah.
What is that guy's name? What is that guy's name? It was
I-
only a giant video they made about the guy.
I mean,
I don't know
even
any
if
Canadian streamers.
you tell me the name, I probably
Unless you're
don't
talking about
know
XQC.
him.
Is XQC Canadian?
No, J Station. That's the guy.
Oh,
J Station.
J Station. Oh god, the bald head
That
guy.
guy's terrible.
I don't know who that is.
He's
That's
a
a YouTuber.
Canadian YouTuber, influencer, kind of wretched, terrible person kind of guy. Like most influencers and YouTubers, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, also, I forgot to mention.
you?
Did y'all see that I think it was on Cartoon Network. The Scooby Doo did a parody of the Blair Witch Project back in like the 90s.
Yeah, the Scooby Doo project. We watched it, didn't we?
I don't think we have. I don't think we watched that.
Oh, we need to.
Mhm.
Because it's actually really funny. I mean, if you're familiar with and you like the Blair Witch Project, which at the time it was just perfect. You know, they came out with that like a couple weeks after the movie came out, and it was perfect.
Oh, the Blair Witch Project's great. It's, a
I do
found
like that
footage
movie.
movie.
And a lot of people hate it because it is what it is, but it's like it's brilliant in terms of like
It's
its
just
budget
a-
versus.
It's just
Yeah.
a staple of low
You gotta
budget.
respect that.
It's a staple
I
of
mean,
low budget horror in the 90s. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't know people hated it.
No, trust me, people hated it, especially film snobs. If you were around back in the day for that, like especially, and I was out working in Hollywood, and God, people sure had opinions. Like this doesn't belong. It's like they really tried to gatekeep that thing.
I hate
see.
snobby people in Hollywood that just hate things just to hate it. Really,
Now we should watch the sequel because it's a bizarre movie.
actually,
Shadows.
yeah, I actually got my friend who owns a movie server. I got him to get a fan edit of the movie. That's been floating around YouTube. I got him.
It makes more sense, right, than the theatrical cut.
Yeah, because the fucking studio who owns the rights to the movies, they won't release the director's cut because I think there's a director's cut that they never released because the movie's like really badly edited together. So all the big plot points in the movie are like all over the place. So there's like no like linear story. It's like jumbled up.
Oh.
Yeah, so somebody took
Yeah.
the movie and like re-edited the movie and made like their own what the movie should have been instead of what we got in the theatrical
And it
cut.
makes a lot more sense.
It's a lot more understandable than the original version.
By the way, getting back on topic, there's one more thing I want to talk about before we wrap this up, and we need to wrap up soon because we're over time.
Yeah.
But I always wondered and this is something I don't think we've talked about before, but don't you think it would be great if they had a Scooby Doo themed world at like Universal Studios or something?
Yeah, dude, I've been wanting something like that in Universal for a long time. They only have
I'm
Especially
little-
for like Halloween Horror Nights or something.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
the only thing they have in Universal, at least down in Orlando, is that they have like people dressed up and they have the van, and that's it. There's
That's
no.
it?
That's
Really?
it. They
That's
should
it.
have so much more. Like they should have that haunted house that's in the intro, and like
Yes.
yeah, that'd be
I
great.
just found out there's a haunted house ride up in Virginia. That's a Scooby Doo little mini park thing, and it's like
Really?
all the way up in Virginia. I'm like, that's like a 6-hour trip for me.
Hopefully a lot better and less lame than that Flintstones themed campground out in the desert that went belly up.
I don't know about the Flintstone thing you're talking about.
Me neither.
That's because nobody cares about the Flintstones.
Yeah, but that's because the Flintstones haven't been relevant in a long time.
Now I take that back. Actually, there are people like you obsessed with Scooby, and there are people out there
Yeah,
obsessed with the Flintstones, but they're probably older.
yeah, but Scooby Doo is still relevant in a way because it's timeless. The Flintstones is
Yeah, and like
kind of dated.
yeah, and Velma like came out.
We don't talk about Velma.
No, I know, but like, it's still relevant. Like it just came out like 2 years ago or whatever.
But just think about it, like if they dedicated an entire section of a theme park to that, and just like, oh, that'd be great.
If
Or
they
at least one like ride or something.
if they had
Yeah,
like
ride.
a handful of rides in like a little section instead of just the van and a few cast members, like bro, you'd be making money, Universal. What the fuck?
And at one point, you stop in the ride, and it's like in a hallway with all the doors, and then they go running, do the thing where they run from one door to the other.
Aw,
They're doing the thing.
that's so cute. I love it.
Wouldn't that be great?
That would be great.
Yeah.
Dude,
Universal Studios, why aren't you listening to this podcast?
yeah. Listen to a bunch of degenerates talk about what you should do in your own park.
Why didn't they do that in the live action movie, or did they?
They did. Did they not do that?
Did they not do that?
I don't think they
'Cause
did.
they
I don't think they
should've.
ever did that in live action.
They really should have. If they hadn't.
If they did, it was in Monsters Unleashed. That was more of the
That was
sillier
like later
one.
after like the novelty of live action wore off and they were less popular.
No, it was still popular. It was just a lot of people don't like the sequel, and I'm like, why? It's still fun. I hate James. I even added at James Gunn on Twitter and be like, bro, when we gonna get 3? Make a trilogy, damn it. Or at
James
least
Gunn's just like, I've got better things to do than to make another
re-release the movies on
Scooby."
4K. They had that they're only on Blu-ray and DVD and VHS. They haven't put it on 4K yet. But I'm like waiting. Like Warner Brothers, you've already fucked up Lord of the Rings. Can we not like get like some 4K and some more Blu-rays of Scooby Doo movies, please? Or release the early 2000s and Mystery Incorporated on Blu-ray.
You know what I would love to see is another like Scooby game, but like 2D side-scrolling SNES style, but like with modern, I guess modern Unity, whatever, just more modern.
I want them to port the PS2 Scooby-Doo games to Steam or GOG because I have 2 PS2 games of Scooby-Doo for my PS2.
And I've seen clips of some people playing those games, but I don't know a whole lot about them.
I think Oni
like, I think it would-
played them and Game
Yes,
Grumps.
they did. But those were the 3D ones. I would like a side scroller in the actual cartoon style.
That will take a lot of money and a lot more people that are crazy about Scooby-Doo like I am.
We could do like a proof of concept. That'd be fun. Then pitch it.
Yeah. If I was a millionaire, I would totally like, hey, can we get this as a video game? Thanks.
I mean, think about it, like Super Ghouls and Ghosts or Ghosts and Goblins, but with Scooby. It'd be perfect.
Yeah, just have a bunch of references to all the animated movies and TV shows. Even though
right.
there's no chronological like timeline, it's like they're like jumbled up different timelines.
I think it would be absolutely perfect, but God only knows if the game industry is ever going to get its Get together.
Honestly, game
I think
industry is
I
gonna
think
crash again.
Well, I was gonna say, I think we're on the verge of another crash, like 1981.
Honestly, if it
Mm.
crashes, good.
Yeah.
Get all these cancerous people out and get some good video games again.
Yeah, get all the women out of the industry back to nothing but males like it used to be. Did I say that out loud? Kidding, maybe.
Yeah. Get all the nose ring, blue hair, Twitter people out.
And on that note, I think it's just about time to wrap up.
Yeah. I gotta get this episode done and go to bed. I got a long work day tomorrow for me.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us, everybody.
Yes, thank you for
Stayed a
joining.
little bit more on topic this time.
Yes, we did. It's been
Thank you, Hide and Pause, for staying muted for the second half of this thing.
Even though our last episode was back in November, it's been a while.
It's all right. We had to prepare.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we can make some more
All 5
episodes.
minutes.
I just wanted to indulge my own favorite lovable cartoon doggo.
That's
As
right.
you should.
Still looking for that plushie though. I want one.
That's right. So, just so you know, you can find my garbage at youtube.com Rectal Bisque. And Dry, where can they find your trash?
Well, who cares? Doesn't matter.
Okay, that's cool. That works.
Cool.
All right. And on that note, see you, everybody.
See you, everybody. Thank you for coming and
Bye.
watching.
Yep.
Good night.